back with another D&D movie time, and today we will be continuing our adventure across Middle-earth as we head towards the Two Towers. So, Cora, what do you remember? What do you remember from Fellowship of the Ring?
Frodo got the ring, and wizard, I forgot his name. Gandalf gave him a partner because he basically already knew everything because he was cutting flowers, which seems pretty weird to do it at nighttime.
Well, Gandalf made that very point. Like, yeah, right. You weren't trimming the hedges. You were spying. You were eavesdropping. And then Sam goes, I wasn't dropping no ease.
And then to go ahead, do an adventure, to go ahead, wanted to do 2 more hobbits that basically, I assume, get them on the wrong track.
Merry and Pippin.
Uh-huh. Then later on in the movie, because if you haven't watched the review, go watch it now. Stop the video, go watch it now if you haven't watched that review. Later on into the movie, Gandalf dies.
Gandalf. Come on.
And
How did he die?
He died from fall damage leading into a monster's mouth. Oh, monster's hand, or monster's whatever.
Well, the Balrog grabbed him with a whip and pulled him down as the Balrog was falling. That was that fiery monster.
Yeah.
And what did Gandalf tell that fiery monster that made him fall into the pit? You shall not pass.
How does that mean? How's a sentence that can be used every single day from a security guard with some...
Anytime you don't want anybody to get past a certain point.
How does that mean? I do not get it. How does that mean?
Anyways.
Somebody tell me in the comments down below.
Then they made it out of the mines. They made it out of the mines. Come on.
And that's basically what I remember.
You don't remember that making camp down by a river?
Oh yeah, that. And then they go ahead and... Do they have a fight in the river, or am I thinking of the Hobbit?
There's a fight by the river when the orcs attack. And we lose another character.
Then...
Anime descent by his favorite character, in fact. I don't know why. He doesn't hardly do anything.
That may be why he likes him.
But we lose Boromir.
And then I think what's his name again? Frodo gets poisoned again.
Well, that was way back. He doesn't get poisoned again. He just takes off. And who follows Frodo?
His partner.
His friend?
His friend, partner, whatever.
What's his friend's name?
I don't know, Bilbo.
Sam? Bilbo's his uncle. It's not funny. You should know these names by now. You're 9 years old. You should have better memory than this.
New characters. How am I supposed to know?
Because this isn't The Hobbit.
What? His name could be actually Bilbo, but spelled differently.
No, it's not. It's Sam.
But what if?
It's always Sam. It's always going to be Sam. It's never going to be Bilbo. There's only one Bilbo. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on because she's frustrating me on this. And we're going to go ahead and jump into the next chapter of this series as we, like I said, head towards the Two Towers. See you after the movie.
Bye.
What business does an elf, a man, and a dwarf have in the route of march? Speak quickly!
We track a band of Uruk-hai westward across the plain. They have taken 2 of our friends captive.
Look for your friends, but do not trust a hope that has forsaken these lands.
We're lost. I don't think Gandalf meant for us to come this way.
He didn't mean for a lot of things to happen, Sam.
I come back to you now, at the turn of the tide. Sauron's forces have begun their attack. He is using Saruman to destroy your people.
They were unarmed. They had no warning.
This is but a taste of the terror that Saruman will unleash. We must fight. I will not risk open war. Open war is upon you, whether you would risk it or not.
A new cause is rising. Its victory is at hand.
It is an army bred for a single purpose, to destroy the world of men.
You must lead the people to Helm's Deep. By order of the king, the city must empty.
Who is she? The woman who gave you that jewel.
The alliance between men and elves is over. Our time here is ending. Arwen's time is ending. Let her go.
Where is it?
Tie him up and leave him.
You know the way to Mordor.
There will be no dawn for men.
It's the ring. Frodo! Stay hold of you. You have the gift of foresight. Tell me what you have seen.
He is not coming back. The defenses have the hope. They will hold. There's nothing for you here. Only death.
There is still hope.
Alright, so we just finished watching The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Yes.
Okay, so we start off with Sam and Frodo, who are on their way to Mordor, and they pick up a unlikely travel companion. Who do they start traveling with?
Smeagol.
Or Gollum?
No, Smeagol.
Well, he's Gollum.
Smeagol.
And then, meanwhile, the, Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas are tracking Merry and Pippin, who are taken by the orcs in the last one. And what do they end up finding out?
They find out she's alive? Wait, no.
No, that the orcs were killed. And that Merry and Pippin got away. by going into the woods. And who do they meet in the woods?
Tree dude?
No. A character you thought was dead?
Oh. Gandalf the White.
Yep. No longer Gandalf the Grey. He got promoted to White.
No, Gandalf the White.
That's what I said. He was promoted.
Oh.
He was Gandalf the Grey before, now he's Gandalf the White.
And how did he get promoted?
Because the other White Wizard went bad, so...
Oh yeah, so he got promoted too. Now, who's gonna take Grey's place?
I don't know. We never find that out. Anyways, and then he basically says that Merry and Pippin are safe. And Merry and Pippin are with the trees, the Ents. And meanwhile, that group, they go off to go to Helm's Deep. Well, to Rodan to speak with the king, but the king is under a curse. And who was the arbiter of that curse, kind of? Do you recognize him? The character Wormtongue?
No.
Ade. Dewey. What is it?
Ade Doobie Dimbala. Wake.
No, not awake. Give me the power.
You talking about Chucky?
Yep.
Oh,
You didn't recognize that was Chucky?
No.
Yep, that was Chucky. That's...
Ade Doobie Dimbala.
So that's two people from the Child's Play franchise that are in these movies.
Yes.
One of the hobbits is Glenn, and Brad Dourif was Wormtongue, which you'll see one more time, I believe.
But I'm kind of wondering if we're going to see Chucky's wife, but
Nope.
I doubt that.
Nope.
There's like the
These are the only two from the Lord of the Rings movies that were in Chucky. So, alright, so then they get the king freed from the mind control of the enemy, and can you stop playing with things?
Okay.
Then they decide they're going to retreat and go to a fortress called Helm's Deep, which is in the side of a mountain, which I sort of have an issue with, but
Why?
we'll get to that later. And so they start setting up everything to hold back an orc army that's on the way of 10,000 men. But on the way to Helm's Deep, we almost lose somebody. Who do we almost lose? Aragorn.
Yeah, Aragorn.
He went over the side of a cliff.
Yeah.
Did you think he was going to be gone?
I mean, either the weather broke his fall, or he collapsed on 100 rocks on his way down, so he died, and the body dragged, and the water dragged from the level of his body to the level that he died.
But he did end up dying. He ends up returning and letting them know that the orcs are going to be there by nightfall. Meanwhile, Frodo and Sam are traveling with Gollum. And Gollum has a conversation with Smeagol. And Smeagol tells Gollum to go away. And then everything starts looking happier. But then the two of them get caught. Sam and Frodo get caught by none other than the brother of Boromir. And they're going to take Frodo and the ring to Gondor. But then, luckily, the brother comes to his senses. Faramir, he comes to his senses and decides to let the hobbits go. Meanwhile, as the battle wages on at Helm's Deep, I know I'm going a little bit out of order, but while the battle for Helm's Deep is going on, they manage to get into the castle. They start to ride out, but as morning breaks, who shows up with reinforcements? Gandalf.
Yeah, Gandalf.
And then they end up turning the tide and winning the battle.
Uh-huh.
And finally, Merry and Pippin get the Ents to get involved, and they destroy Isengard because of all the trees that were cut down and used as firewood for this war by the White Wizard, and they weren't very happy about that. So they decided to take down Isengard. And so, yeah. And that's kind of where we leave off, as Gollum is leading them to a mountain path. And he said something about letting her deal with them. Who do you think she is?
I have no idea. Watch the other movie to find out.
Well, I'm asking you, who do you think? Can you get the crap out of your mouth? Stop putting things that aren't chewable in your mouth. It's still in your mouth, Cora.
No, it's not.
Stop putting things in your mouth.
It's not.
Anyways, I'm asking if you have any ideas who it could be. Well, who do you think it might be?
And I said, I have no idea.
Alright, well then I guess, do you have any more things you want to mention that I didn't really kick with my description?
Nah, he got on it.
Alright, well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will give our final scores. See y'all in a minute.
Bye.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of Guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new Guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware, will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
Alright, we are back. So, Cora, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this movie?
A 10 out of 10.
Who is your favorite character?
Grand Elf.
Gandalf.
Yeah.
Gandalf.
Dolph. Yeah. Grand.
Why do you keep throwing an R in there? It's Gan.
Gandalf. Yeah. Gandalf.
Okay.
Gandalf.
Kind of weird, being that he was hardly in the movie, but...
Dolph.
Did you have a favorite scene?
Probably that one part where I saw the explosion. Well, it was the explosion. Explosions are my favorite scenes.
I thought you were going to say when Smeagol was talking to Gollum.
Explosions.
Anyways, did you have a least favorite character in this one?
Nah.
No? Any particular things you want to say about the movie before we move on?
Nah, you can go.
Alright. Moving on to my score. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, on a scale of 1 to 10. I too would have to give this a 10 out of 10. I think this is probably one of the best of the movies. Mostly because, I mean, sure you know from past videos that I really like the character of Smeagol / Gollum. And you get to see a lot more of him in here than you have in any other movie before. I mean, he was only in the one movie of The Hobbit. You didn't really get much of him in Fellowship. And now here, he's actually become more of a main character, so I really enjoy it for that fact. So that is going to go ahead and end this review for Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Next week, we should be back with the final installment, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Which honestly is kind of already a spoiler, so... We'll see you in the next review.